Hi, everybody. I don't know. I'm looking over here at the monitor and I don't see that I'm on. And no current live streams. You don't see your live stream. Try refreshing. All right. Well, that might be it. I mean, I want to go over to YouTube and see if I'm on. I could yell out, "Hi, am I on? Anybody there?" I'm going to go over to YouTube, see if I'm on. I could stop streaming. Your stream will stop and you will no longer be live. You will not be able to reconnect. No. All right. I'm going to YouTube. I'm going to check it. I know this is a bad idea, but, whatever. I could sing a little song. As coroner, I must confer. I've totally examined her. I might get a. All right, I'll be right there. It says I'm live. Must confer. Oh! I totally examined her. I am live. All right, well, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to cut this part out. I'm going to cut this part out later. Hi. All right, I'll be right there. Let's see. I'm stopping that on here. Hi, everybody. All right, I don't have anybody joining me, but I don't care. I'm just going to start talking. So, I'm here to chat about the budget. And maybe I will just chat about the budget a little bit before I get to the video, because there is a video, because something horrible happened tonight. A Congresswoman, Johan OMAR, was attacked. And I say that because I watched it, and when the guy approached her, she was like a champion. She's like a warrior. A warrior. I don't know if I would have done that. I just want to say to everybody, welcome to the chat. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Welcome to my live. I know it's really late. I've got to stop doing this, start maybe going live a little bit earlier. But this is how it worked out today because I made pozole. So that's what's going on with me. All right, so let's just start with the budget. I was going to start with the video, but I'm going to wait and see if somebody joins me. So let's go to the ICE budget, and I'm going to go to the left monitor, and I just want to show you this is what the budget numbers look like. So I posted a TikTok video today on, I'm still on TikTok. I don't know what's going to go on with the whole TikTok thing. Who knows? Who knows what's going to go on with the TikTok thing? I was watching Malcolm Nance tonight on YouTube. He's live and in Greenland. He and the dudes. Those dudes are really, wow, they're like manly men. And Malcolm Nance said that he went on to get onto his TikTok channel, and they had actually, hi, thanks for joining me. It's just you and me. It's a couple of people. I'm not, I'm not promoting these. I'm just, because I'm so new at doing this whole live thing, and I'm using OBS. I haven't been doing any kind of promotion, but I'm here to talk about the budget, and I'm here to play the video of Johan OMAR being attacked, Congresswoman, and she was in, Minnesota. And, Trump did a whole thing today, and I pulled sound bites from Trump. And then after I saw her attack, he slams her every chance he gets. And he goes on these like racist rants, and it's just ugly. It's ugly for someone with so much power and so much money. I mean, it's not just the power. No, it's the office. It's just the office of the presidency. So when he attacked her today, and then this, honey, I'm live, so I would maybe not walk behind me. All right, I've got a little one here with me tonight, and so anyway, I was watching the Malcolm Nance Bros tonight, and they were talking about TikTok and how TikTok's just so far I'm okay. I love America more than anything in the world, and in fact that's why I'm here. So I'm here to talk about the budget numbers. I'm here to talk about the attack on a congresswoman, because everything's getting so ugly. It's like, I know life things can be ugly, but wow, it's really getting ugly. We really need to, tone it down. So what got me about the attack today was that he's sitting there at her speech, and it's in a little room, it's like a little group, maybe at a little hotel or something, and he was just sitting there in the front row. And then she said something. She talks about Trump, and she talks about the budget, and she's talking about the attacks in Minnesota, and then she says Kristi Noem, she needs to resign, and more people, even Republicans, are calling for Kristi Noem's resignation. That puppy killer, and that was when he stood up and sprayed her. Now, I was here trying to set up in OBS to play the video through OBS, and for some reason I couldn't get the audio right. So I put it on my desktop. So I'm going to go to my desktop monitor and play the video for you. And it's in 1920 by 1080. So it's not vertical. So I'll kind of move it around a little bit so that you'll be able to see. So I'm going to the monitor, and I'll continue to talk. This is the budget. I'll have that budget discussion in a little minute. Here's my, thing with the thing, and here's media player. And I'll play it, and I'll turn my mic toward the audio.
Trump and his paramilitary immigration enforcement will not get away with their unlawful attacks on our state. The Constitution is on our side, and we will fight every single day to defend it.
All right, it's this dude right here.
As it's been said, real justice and accountability starts with full, transparent investigation and legal action against ICE, followed by the abolishment of the agency. ICE cannot be reformed. It cannot be rehabilitated. We must abolish ICE for good. And DHS Secretary Kristi Noem must resign or face impeachment. I don't know.
Oh my God, he sprayed something on her.
I need a napkin to know nothing. No, we will continue.
No. You need to go get checked.
No, we will continue. These fucking assholes are not going to get away with it.
You don't know what That's whatever it is smells so bad. She needs to go get checked. I don't know
that's what they want. Please don't let them know.
It's not about him, Ilhan. It's not about him. It's about your safety. No, he sprayed something on you. You need to go get checked. Yeah, and it smells terrible.
We're going to keep talking. Just give me 10 minutes. Just give me 10 minutes. I beg you. Please don't let them have the show. 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 Here is the reality that people like this ugly man don't understand. We are Minnesota strong, and we will stay resilient in the face of whatever they might throw at us. Everybody settle down. I'm going to finish my remarks. It is important for me to continue to lead my Democratic colleagues in demanding her resignation. And like I said, if she does not resign, we are going to introduce articles of impeachment. This moment in U.S. history, and particularly in Minnesota, requires all of us to be working together to preserve our democracy. When we say we are going to put our lives on the line for what is our right, we mean that.
All right, she does go on for a little while longer, and she actually, I don't know, it was hard to see because I recorded it in the horizontal, and I should have done one in the vertical, but it was hard when I was trying to do it in the vertical. It just didn't work. But when he sprayed her, she went after him. He turned and tried to run away because, there was I don't know who that dude is, the big dude. I don't know if that's her husband or if it's a bodyguard or whoever it is, but it was very manly. And they tackled him and they took him out. And I read up about it in a couple of places, and it was very foul smelling, they said. And she just went on. I mean, she did go after him. Like when he tried to run away, she chased him. And I don't know if I could do that. I'm kind of a sissy. But anyway, that's happened. And she was talking about the budget. She was talking about the ICE budget. And I posted today on TikTok. And somebody on TikTok said, you guys act like this ICE budget's like, does it means anything? It doesn't mean anything because the big, beautiful bill. Hi, everybody. Thanks, everybody, for joining. I don't know who all is here. I can't, I can't see how many people are here because I'm in OBS, but, I do see people are joining. Thanks for joining. Please subscribe and please hit the thumbs up button because that will help people find me and I need to be found. But anyway, back to TikTok. So I posted this Schumer and then I posted Thune and they're both on my feed here on YouTube. But basically, like, Thune was really weird. He got up and said something very minor about the budget, which is like this week, it's happening this week. And then he just went into abortion, talking about the abortion rally, the anti-abortion rally that was in Washington over the weekend, it was really weird. But then later in the day, apparently he came out and said that he doesn't want to separate the bills. So, there's a bunch of budget bills, and I'll go to my monitor and you can take a look. There's a bunch of budget bills that have to be worked out. There's Kristi Noem, puppy killer, did go meet with Trump. She asked for the meeting, and she apparently did not want the bald dude that looks like Nosferatu to be there. And apparently she smoothed it over with Trump. And yeah. So she's around for a while. And the budget. Oh, that's not the budget. That's me. Yeah. I've got a. Oh, here's the little boy. Yeah, I'm going to talk about that in a little minute. But anyway, the budget Thune is now saying he's not going to separate the bills. Here's the attack on I'm on I am not on oh my God, you guys, I'm just reading just now, and it's saying an initial report from Internal Watchdog says that Alex Pretty was shot by federal officers. But they say they're not now saying that he brandished a gun ever. Oh God, I'm just you know what, I'm just gonna say right now, like, everything is there's like breaking news every split second. Have you guys noticed that? Anyway, let's talk about the budget. So I posted this today. I posted the 2 sound bites, and I do want to go through this with you because this is why I came on. These are the ICE budget numbers. Okay, just know that the ICE budget alone has it's a $10 billion a year budget. However, under the big, beautiful bill, ICE gets a $75 billion supplement. And that is for $30 billion for operations and $45 billion to build more prisons. All right? So if this $10 billion does not get passed, or if it's delayed, like they want to delay it right now, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because ICE still has this. ICE still has $75 billion supplement that they got in the big, ugly, beautiful bill. So, yeah, they're right. The person on TikTok who said, who cares if ICE doesn't get the $10 billion? Who cares if they hold up the budget? It's not going to matter because they've got this money. And she's absolutely, I said, you're right. You're right. I mean, they can take this that they got in the bill, in the ugly bill, and use this to operate. Now, here's the thing that kind of throws a monkey wrench into it. They want to build more prisons. They want, Tom Homan is getting like kickbacks, or I mean, I don't know if he's getting kickbacks, but he's friends with all those dudes that are going to build the prisons. Right now, we have prison capacity, and there are 75,000 people in these ICE prisons. And Kristi Noem says we have the capacity to have 100,000 people in these ICE prisons. But they want to build more. They want to build more prisons. And I just think it's a waste of freaking money. Okay? I just think it's just an unbelievable hemorrhage of money. And what's going to happen? I mean, there are prisons around that they're going to retrofit. They're going to fix up. I don't know how much they're going to fix up, but they're, Hi, she was shot with a brown syringe liquid in the town hall. He's now in jail. Thank you. Thanks for telling me that. Yeah, so I watched Donald Trump today. I watched him, when he left the White House, and then when he was getting ready to leave the White House. Then I watched him he was at that cafe with people talking, and dude is really out of it. In that, he's a liar, so maybe he just lies and it just comes naturally. But his poll numbers are so low right now. But he was talking about how his poll numbers are the greatest ever. And I know that's just like a kind of a natural politician, he's a liar thing. But wow, it was bad. But then the couple things that mainstream media and others, Midas Touch and others, Malcolm Nance I love, and I love all those dudes. Couple things that they pulled out of that was the Second Amendment, the gun. Really was disappointed or something. Trump said that he had a gun and the clips. And it's like, why? Why? We have a right to bear arms. We have a right to have he had a permit. So I don't know what message is that. So there was that. And I mean, maybe he doesn't care. He doesn't need to be on message. Screw the Second Amendment, people. Screw it all. I mean, he can say whatever he wants. His poll numbers are better than the Democratic Party. I think you're right. I think you're absolutely right. It's just that the Democratic Party's not in charge right now. The Republican Party's in charge. And I don't know about you, but I don't have... my groceries aren't going down. My health care is going up. My, I live in California, so I'm fine not to complain about gas prices. We pay higher gas prices because we pay gas taxes. And I've covered all those gas taxes that they've added on to our gasoline. And it's like, I used to cover it when I worked in the worked as a reporter covering the state legislature. I was there when they were raising those taxes. And I used to go out and do stories like, hair on fire. Nobody seemed to care. So, yeah. But his poll numbers are bad, and he is in charge. And he's underwater because of the damage that he's doing to our country. I don't like ever seeing... I'm a big movie fan. My favorite movies are, I went and saw the Lord of the Rings trilogy because it's out in theaters right now. So I'm, but wow, watching these people get shot and they're Americans and wondering where the violent criminals are that he said he was going to get when they're shooting women in a car. So I see that. The other shoe that's really, it's dropping is the economy, the tariffs. You guys, they're killing us, man. We are, tariffs are a tax. We're paying the tax. We are paying the tax. When he says, we're having all the tariff money, it's like, it's our money. We're being taxed so much. So, I digress. I did want to give you an update on the little boy because that's another thing. Is that little boy one of the worst of the worst? And don't give me the stuff about the father. They used him as bait. The father did not. The father was trying to get to him. They took him. I mean, read the facts. They're both now in that ICE prison, ICE concentration camp in Texas, and they've separated them. So the little boy is not even with the father. And a judge has said that, no, you will not deport them. Here's the shot of the little boy. I don't know how many. So a judge has said, U.S. federal judge blocks deportation of 5-year-old and his father until they go through the freaking records, okay? Because there's litigation. So they're not going to be deported unless ICE pulls some bullshit thing. They were here legally at a temporary visa and had asked for asylum. So they were in the process. They had an attorney of doing this. They were not hardened criminals. The father did not leave the son. There were school officials. I don't know if you saw that video, but I did a longer video on it of the superintendent and the head of the PTA all saying we were all there offering to take the little boy, and the ICE dudes wouldn't let him. And, there's a whole thing about these dudes getting bonuses. They are illegal. No, they actually came here asking for asylum, like many, like 90% of the people in this country came here looking for something better. So don't go there. What happened to worst of the worst? Where are the killers? You know, Trump is so dumb. He doesn't even know what asylum means. He thinks people are coming here from insane asylums. That's how dumb this dude is. That's why he's had so many uh, bankruptcies in his companies. You know, it was a lie. It was it was a show, his show where he fired people. That's not real, okay? But now it's real. Now we have tariffs that are destroying the dollar. Dollar's plunging. And I'm telling you right now, the billionaires are getting rich. Billionaires have their way of doing this so that they get rich. It's the little people. It's the people who have 401ks and, you know, middle class people that don't exist anymore, who are going to get hurt. That's what I'm thinking about. That's what I'm talking about. A lot of killers have been illegal is illegal. They're not illegal, dude. They're not illegal. I mean, that's what nobody seems to get. If you come here and you're going through the process of becoming illegal, that's not illegal. And you know, right now, you know what they're doing, man. They're racial freaking profiling. They don't know. There was one today where you know, a cop, they're just pulling people over if you're black or if you look like you have an accent, or, you know, and, you know, here's the other thing. I can hardly even blame them because the Supreme Court said this was okay. You know, I'm mad at the Supreme Court. You know, bottom line, we need reform. We need reform. A lot of the killers have been exported. I don't know where all the killers are. You know, I know. Hey, look, dude, I know. I was a reporter for 25 years. I know. Yeah, I covered crime, you know, in Fresno. I know. There are really bad people out there, and there are really people I don't want to be around. And, you know, I love cops. So we can't go there. But to just be doing this, going to schools, stay the F away from the schools. Okay? Can't we just agree to that? So this whole thing with the budget, it's still a fight that is worth fighting, because Democrats do want to put some, and, you know, say what you will about Democrats. I'm not thrilled with the Democrats right now. They're all a bunch of, you know, they need to all grow spines. We wouldn't have this ICE. They have so much money. It's obscene, and we can't help people out with health care. You know, we can't give health care subsidies, but we can build these prisons and have billionaires get richer that are going to be building these prisons. Come on, Nat, it's wrong. It's like things are upside down. So, you know, they want some training for these guys. They're hiring them. They're giving them $50,000 bonuses. They're giving them bonuses now to just arrest people. That's a fact. They're giving them bonuses now to arrest people. But if it's not justified, you know, later, if they find out, oh, you know, this guy's legal or this woman's legal, they don't get penalized. They get to keep their bonus. So of course, I mean, you know, for instance, you're lower class, you know, you're lower income, and you get this job at ICE, and you get this, like, whatever, $75,000 signing bonus. You've got that money. You've got a family, maybe. I mean, I'm looking at it from the other side as, you know, a former reporter. So, you know, I get it all. But see, that's not on them. That's on Stephen Miller and Kristi Noem and Tom Homan and all those crooks. And I say that because they are. You can follow the money on how much money these people are making. And somebody made a comment earlier. A liar is a liar. How smooth she lies. I don't know if you're talking about me or somebody else. But they are giving bonuses, and they are getting good salaries. And I look at it from their point of view, really, and think, wow, you get a bonus. You know, I look at it from my grandson's point of view. he doesn't want to go to college. He's thinking about joining the military. We're just like, you got to go to college. It's like, I don't know. I'd rather, I want to join the Marines. It's like, huh? So I look at it from like that point of view. Because, I have a lot of young nephews. And I see, okay, yeah, you get this bonus, you get this good wage, you get this, but I don't blame them as much as I blame Trump and the lies. If it was just, okay, we're going to arrest the worst of the worst, the criminals, he doesn't care. He doesn't care. He doesn't care about the Second Amendment. He doesn't even know about the Second Amendment. He doesn't know percentages. He doesn't know about people who live in other lands, who come here and are smart and contribute and make this country great. He doesn't know about any of that. It's all about now racism, money, invading other countries to get their oil, invading other countries so the tech bros, the billionaire tech bros, can go to Greenland and pull out the natural resources there and not have to give the taxpayers any money, but use taxpayers' dollars to go blow up, kill other people in other countries, and then get that oil and put it in a private account. I mean, that's what it's about now. And using racism and turning us against one another when we're all the same is wrong. So that's the budget. ICE needs some rules to follow, and not just rules, from Stephen Miller, who couldn't get a date, with a Latina in high school and now hates them all. No, well, we need some, and you know what? And it's Congress's job to do this. So yeah, I want Congress to do its freaking job, and they're supposed to be in charge of the money. And so, that's the budget. If we hold up the ICE budget this week, because freaking Mike Johnson, who can't manage anything, he's adjourned the House for the week. I mean, how many freaking vacations do they have to go on? So the House is out for this week. So the fiscal year, the deadline is Friday, end of the week. So if Thune is saying, I'm not separating the ICE budget from all the other bills, from the defense budget and HHS, Health and Human Services, and education, he's not going to separate the bill. So if we have a shutdown, then we have a shutdown. And people will suffer. But guess who won't suffer? ICE. ICE is considered essential. It's an essential department. So they'll continue to get paid. If that ICE bill eventually gets stopped, it doesn't matter, you guys, because there's still money from the one big ugly bill that will keep ICE going. So I'm Gloria Moraga. I hope somebody's not saying that I'm stupid. Congress needs to do its freaking job. And that means they are supposed to control money. And money should not be flowing out to these departments that don't know what they're effing doing. And they're not helping me. They're not helping my mom and dad, my loved ones. They're not helping me. And I pay taxes. So, I'd rather have health care for the elderly man who lives next door. I would rather have, school lunch program or Meals on Wheels for the elderly, instead of having more money for ICE to not know how to handle their weapons. They don't know how to handle their weapons. And you can see it just by watching the video. You can see it if you step away and look at it. So, survival of the fittest. All right. gosh, I thank you guys for being here. Please subscribe. I'll be back. I'm trying to go live every day. And I know I'm going late. I live in California, so, you know, and I'm a night owl, so I'm up late. But I did want to do this whole thing on the, I did want to do the whole thing on the budget, and I'm going to have more on the budget. Oh, God. Okay, so illegals don't get health care. Okay, so one thing that really gets me is people believing what's said on Fox, not a news station, and other places. You really got to look into this stuff. I know it's too difficult for some people to look into it, but illegals don't get money for health care. What they do get, and maybe that's what you mean, is if they get in a car wreck or if they're bleeding, they could go into an emergency room. But that doesn't mean that they're getting, these subsidies, these healthcare subsidies. That's A. B, I don't care who you are or where you come from or where you live. We shouldn't have hungry children. I don't care where they come from. We should not have hungry children in the United States of America. If you think that it's more important for Kristi Noem to have 2 new jets, not 1, but 2 brand new Lear jets that cost billions of dollars, and it's okay for this woman who killed a puppy and bragged about it to fly to the beach someplace and take her alleged lover, Corey Lewandowski, with her on the Learjet that you are paying for and that I am paying for. If you would rather have them spend their money, our money, on that than feed a hungry child at school so they can get better grades so that we can succeed in this country, then that's on you. You got to live with yourself. I live with myself, and I would rather pay for the kid to have some food. And all this other stuff is just bullshit. Okay? It's just bull to drive us apart. And I want every kid to have the benefits that this rich, beautiful country gave me. So that's that. What are you talking about? I don't know. I don't know. But I am providing you with some political news. And that's what my channel is about. So please subscribe. Please do that algorithm thing and give me thumbs up. And the whole thing about SNAP, I don't want people to be hungry. I'd rather have them, I'd rather pay for food for poor, hungry people than I would pay for this freaking Kristi Noem and her jets. Yeah, you guys, man, there's some real corruption going on right now. And we need to follow the money more. Tampon Tim. Hey, are you a man or a woman? Night shims. I'm a girl, and if you have never been a girl in your teens, should we go here? I'll just go here because you called him Tampon Tim. I love that man for providing tampons for young girls. Because if you've ever been at school and had an emergency like that, and there was help there, man, because this is like a trauma for young girls. I mean, if you don't care about that, shame on you. Shame on you. And why do you even talk about that stuff? I mean, I'm pretty with it, and it's like, why are they calling him this? And because why? Because he cared enough about young women in middle school to have a tampon? Holy mackerel, man! You guys, for saying that you want freedom and all that stuff, man, you do not want freedom for all of us, do you? There's zero reason to put a tampon in a men's room. Once I went into a men's room, I didn't have my contact lenses on, and I had my contact lenses in my hand. I don't know. I don't know why they were in the men's room. I don't know about that part. All right. Thanks. Thank you for being here. I'm Gloria Moraga. This is I'm trying to rebrand my channel now according to some guy that I know that said, call yourself political, say your political news. Say your political news. Say political news, because that's what we need. We need more news. So, thanks. You are completely wrong. I can't argue with you about that. In some cases, I am. All right. Be safe. And thanks for being here. I'm going to stop streaming and take off.